Did you know that the average person makes 35,000 decisions every day? For Alex, it felt like 34,999 of those decisions were about what to wear. Alex stood in the doorway of his apartment, arms laden with shopping bags, staring at the chaos before him. Designer suits spilled out of the closet, shoes littered the floor, and unopened packages formed a small mountain on the coffee table. As he struggled to find a place to set down his new purchases, a piece of paper fluttered to the ground. Bending to pick it up, Alex's heart sank. It was another late rent notice. How had it come to this? Growing up in a modest immigrant household, Alex had always associated success with material possessions. His parents, hard-working restaurant owners, instilled in him the importance of appearing successful. "Dress for the job you want, not the job you have," his mother would say, pinching pennies to buy him branded clothes for school. This mindset followed Alex to business school, where he threw himself into the world of high finance and power suits. By the time he landed a job at a prestigious investment firm in New York City, Alex had perfected the art of using his appearance to command respect. But respect came at a price. Alex's shopping habit, once a source of confidence, had spiraled out of control. Each purchase brought a momentary high, quickly followed by a crash of guilt and anxiety. He was drowning in debt, but the thought of giving up his carefully curated image terrified him. As Alex surveyed his overstuffed apartment, a wave of despair washed over him. How could he keep up appearances when he could barely keep a roof over his head? Little did Alex know, his life was about to change dramatically. Earth to Alex. Are you even listening? Alex blinked, focusing on his best friend, Jennifer, sitting across the cafe table. Jennifer's concerned expression made Alex realize he'd zoned out again. "Sorry, I'm just distracted," Alex mumbled, fidgeting with his designer watch. Jennifer leaned forward, her voice gentle but firm. "Alex, I'm worried about you. You've been distant lately, and I can tell something's wrong. Talk to me." For a moment, Alex considered brushing it off with his usual bravado. But looking into Jennifer's earnest eyes, something inside him cracked. Before he knew it, the whole story came tumbling out: the mounting debt, the late rent notices, the suffocating pressure to maintain his image. Jennifer listened without judgment, then pulled out her phone. "I want to show you something," she said, scrolling through photos. "Remember last year when I went through that big career change? Well, I went through a major life overhaul." Alex peered at the screen, surprised to see Jennifer's typically cluttered apartment looking surprisingly sparse and organized. "I discovered this thing called a capsule wardrobe," Jennifer explained. "It's basically a mini wardrobe of versatile pieces that you love to wear. It changed my life, Alex. Not just my closet, but my whole outlook." Alex raised an eyebrow, skeptical. "And how exactly would owning less solve my problems?" Jennifer's eyes lit up with a challenge. "Why don't you try it and find out? 3 months. 30 pieces of clothing. Think you can handle it?" The old Alex would have laughed off the suggestion. But staring at the late rent notice tucked in his wallet, he realized he was out of options. "Okay," Alex said, his voice barely above a whisper. I'll try it. The next weekend found Alex and Jennifer knee-deep in clothes, tackling the overflowing closet. Each item became a battle between nostalgia and practicality. But this suit. I wore it to my first big client meeting, Alex protested, clutching a pinstripe jacket. Jennifer gently pried it from his hands. And when was the last time you wore it? Alex's shoulders slumped. 2 years ago. As the donate pile grew, so did Alex's anxiety. Who was he without his power suits and designer labels? The question haunted him as he selected his 30 pieces, agonizing over each choice. By Sunday evening, Alex's closet was a shadow of its former self. He stood back, a mix of terror and exhilaration coursing through his veins. Was this freedom or madness? The first week of his capsule wardrobe experiment was a roller coaster. Monday morning found Alex panicking in front of his sparse closet, convinced everyone at work would notice his limited options. By Wednesday, he realized no one had commented on his outfit once. Was it possible people cared less about his clothes than he thought? As the days passed, Alex found himself with extra time in the mornings, no longer agonizing over outfit choices. He used the time to actually eat breakfast and read the news, something he hadn't done in years. It was a small change, but it left him feeling more centered as he tackled his workday. But old habits die hard. A month into the experiment, Alex found himself standing outside his favorite menswear store, staring at a major sale sign in the window. His palms itched with the familiar urge to shop. He could practically feel the thrill of a new purchase, the brief high it would bring. Alex's hand was on the door handle when his phone buzzed. A text from Jennifer. Proud of you for sticking with it. Want to grab coffee this weekend? Alex's hand dropped. He stepped back, then turned and walked away. The loss of a potential shopping spree stung, but beneath it was a surprising undercurrent of relief. That evening, instead of his usual online shopping session, Alex found himself with free time. On a whim, he called his younger brother, Kevin, whom he hadn't spoken to in months. Their conversation, awkward at first, soon flowed freely. Alex was surprised to find himself laughing, really laughing, for the first time in ages. As the weeks passed, Alex noticed subtle shifts in his life. His credit card bill shrank. His apartment stayed tidier. He felt less stressed in the mornings. But the biggest change was internal. Without the constant pressure to acquire and display, Alex found mental space for other pursuits. He dug out his old guitar and started playing again, something he hadn't done since college. The true test came 2 months into the experiment. Alex's boss called him into his office, announcing a major client presentation. The old Alex would have immediately hit the stores, convinced he needed a power suit to nail the presentation. Instead, Alex stood in front of his streamlined closet, surveying his options with a calm he'd never felt before. He selected a simple, well-tailored blazer and trousers, paired with his favorite tie. As he dressed, Alex realized something profound. His confidence came from his skills and preparation, not his outfit. The presentation was a success. As Alex fielded compliments from his colleagues, he felt a newfound sense of authenticity. For the first time in years, he felt like himself, not a carefully constructed image, but the real Alex. Just as Alex was starting to feel comfortable with his new lifestyle, life threw him a curveball. His parents announced they were visiting New York for the weekend, their first visit since he'd landed his big job. Panic set in. What would they think of his pared-down wardrobe? His less flashy lifestyle? Would they see it as a step backward, a failure to live up to their dreams for him? The night before their arrival, Alex tossed and turned, his mind racing. He was tempted to max out his credit card on a shopping spree, to create the illusion of the successful son they expected. But something held him back. When his parents arrived, Alex braced himself for their reaction. To his surprise, they barely noticed the changes in his apartment. Instead, they commented on how relaxed and happy he seemed. Over dinner at a modest neighborhood restaurant, not the expensive steakhouse he would have chosen before, Alex found himself opening up to his parents in a way he hadn't in years. He told them about the capsule wardrobe experiment, his reduced stress, and his rekindled passion for music. His father listened intently, then said something that floored Alex. "Son, all we ever wanted was for you to be happy and secure. If this new lifestyle is giving you that, then we couldn't be more proud." It was a breakthrough moment for Alex. He realized that the expectations he'd been killing himself to meet were largely self-imposed. The weight of years of misplaced priorities lifted from his shoulders. 3 months flew by, and before Alex knew it, he was meeting Jennifer at their favorite cafe to discuss the experiment's end. "So," Jennifer said, leaning forward eagerly, "what's the verdict? Ready to go back to your old wardrobe?" Alex took a sip of his coffee, considering the question. "Honestly? I don't think I can go back. This experience, it's changed me, Jennifer. And not just my closet." He went on to explain how the capsule wardrobe had been a gateway to a simpler, more intentional life. He'd paid off a significant chunk of his debt. He'd reconnected with old friends and family. He'd even started volunteering at a local youth center, teaching financial literacy, a passion he'd abandoned years ago. "I feel like I've woken up," Alex concluded. "Like I've been sleepwalking through life, and now I'm finally awake." Jennifer beamed, reaching across the table to squeeze Alex's hand. "I'm so proud of you, Alex. So, what's next?" Alex's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Well, remember my old college roommate, Mike? He's been struggling with some of the same issues. I was thinking of helping him create his own capsule wardrobe. Maybe this could be the start of something bigger. A minimalist consulting business for young professionals, perhaps." As Alex outlined his ideas, he felt a sense of purpose he hadn't experienced in years. He realized that by letting go of excess, he'd made room for what truly mattered: creativity, connections, and personal growth. The moral of Alex's story is clear: true freedom often lies in simplicity. By shedding the excess in our lives, whether it's material possessions, toxic relationships, or outdated beliefs, we create space for growth, authenticity, and joy. In a world that constantly tells us we need more to be happy, Alex's journey reminds us that sometimes, less truly is more. It's not about depriving ourselves, but about making room for what truly matters. So, dear viewers, I leave you with these questions. What excess in your life might be holding you back? What would you gain by letting it go? Which character in Alex's story did you relate to the most, and why? I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights might just inspire someone else on their journey to minimalism and personal growth. If you found Alex's story inspiring, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more tales of transformation and self-discovery. Remember, every small step towards simplicity is a step towards freedom. Until next time, live simply and simply live.